Greetings, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I've just had a ball with Dave Holloway. Dave, g'day, sir. Very warm welcome. Where are you calling in from?
Hello, Tom. I'm calling in from Leeds in the north of the UK this morning.
Right, and we've compared climates and fixed half the world's political problems and religious disputes in the last 5 minutes, so I think we're ready for the interview. For those of you who don't know Dave, I stumbled across Dave. I'd forgotten, but we'd actually presented at a summit together. And I was on LinkedIn and something popped up and there was Dave's book, and I bought the book and it arrived and I devoured it. And I thought it was an absolute cracker, Dave. I really did. I thought it was so well thought out, pragmatic, because so many books are a bit of a tease, for a bit of a brochure, really. But yours was really solid. So, folks, I reached out to Dave and said, look, I'd love to have on your show. And he's graciously consented, with a small postponement due to the arrival of a new nephew, for which we congratulate you, Dave. Now, in addition to writing a fabulous book, Dave is the owner of the shortest bio in the world, which consists, I think, of 9 words. I asked Dave for his bio, and what I got was, I help businesses to sell on value, not price, which is great. Subject of the interview is slightly different. How to master cold outreach, which is tricky, but with personal video. Dave, our 7 minutes starts now. Question 1, who's your ideal client?
So my ideal client, Tom, is B2B businesses who want to sell on value. So premium businesses who want to sell on value rather than price.
Perfect. Thank you. Question 2, almost 7 minutes left. What's the problem you solve?
So I help people who overcome their challenges with proactive business development, so new business development.
Right. And so question 3, how would someone know that they need your services? What are the symptoms? What's going on in their business where they think, gee, I should really find out what Dave Holloway does? 6.5 minutes left.
So I know these symptoms really well, Tom, because I suffered for these exact problems for myself running a business for more than 10 years, where outbound sales and new business development was my number one headache. And the problems that you commonly experience are feeling like you're wasting time, money, and your energy on activities that really don't feel like they're getting you anywhere. They're either getting you very, very little response, or they're not getting any at all. So it feels like you're just stuck in a bit of in the mud, so to speak. And so the problem is that when a business is operating like that, it finds themselves very much in a kind of a reactive sales mode, where they are really dealing with inbound inquiries or waiting for business to come to them, which is fine. There's certainly a place for inbound sales, but that means that the buyer has all the power in the sales conversation. So you're not leading on value. And it's very easy for a business to find itself stagnating or finding itself very vulnerable if suppliers suddenly drop off or frameworks change, that you've lost a huge portion of your income and you don't have any means of being able to proactively replace it. So those are the typical symptoms that are experienced.
Good. Great picture you just painted. Thank you for that. 5 minutes left. We're talking about business owners that are growth orientated. They're not going to sit on their date and do nothing. They're going to make some mistakes, though. So what are some of the mistakes that your new clients tell you they made before they started working with you?
So typically, the main thing that people fall into the trap of is turning to 2 things. They turn to volume as a solution. So the first one is that they think, right, I've got to just hit out as many people as possible in the hope that some of them are in the market for what we do at that exact time. And they're really searching for the needles in a haystack, and that's all they're focused on. They're just solely focused on those people with an immediate pressing need. And they often use like the second problem, which is automation, to do that. So they'll rely heavily on automated funnels to sort of drive a prospect to action, when in reality, that actually has the opposite effect. It ends up pushing people away. And those communications, that sort of volume-driven automated approach, where it's pushing for action, actually pushes people in the opposite way. It burns a lot of bridges that you could build over time. So,
Is it your observation that people going through those funnels feel like, one sheep in a very large flock sort of thing?
That is exactly it. And the problem is that you cannot tailor a conversation to someone and make it relevant when you're dealing on scale. And so new business development is effective when you are dealing with relevancy to an individual where you have value that you can offer them, that they would benefit from. But it's very difficult to do that if you're operating at scale.
Powerful word, relevancy. So let's flip it now. Let's go to question 5, 3 minutes left. What would you say was a valuable free action? What's the big idea that someone could use to move away from being irrelevant, mass marketing, etc., to something that's actually going to work?
So I think the way to get around this is that people need to really change their mindset to something, instead of looking for sort of something that you can scale as easily as possible and an outbound approach that you can scale. You need to be looking for ways that are as difficult as possible to scale. So those are the things that get you noticed in this day and age. Now at Wonderleads, we champion the use of high quality, individually personalized video, which is sent to relevant prospects. And the reason that helps when you're thinking, right, how can I do this at a level that's just about sufficient for my business needs, is it really makes you focus on the people where you can get the most value from, in terms of they will see the most value in what your business does. and really it's about trying to think of an approach that will be too good for your prospect to ignore. So it's a very different mindset of where you're really just looking to try and plant lots of healthy seeds.
A fascinating concept too, because in going where, and not traveling the road that is more traveled, you have less competitors, I guess. So
well,
let's skip the question section just for the sake of time. Sorry, 80 seconds left. A valuable free resource. Where can we send folks to that they're going to find out more about your strategies and methods?
Okay, so we have a free resource pack, which is a companion to my book, Wonderleads, which can it gives you some pointers and starters to help you get started on the world of personalized video, if that was something that you wanted to explore. And if you go to wonderleads.com/free stuff, you'll be able to download it for free from there.
Perfect. Folks, it's www.wonderleads.com/free stuff. No affiliate commissions changing hands here. We're just promoting Dave because I reckon his stuff's darn good. So go get it. Wonderleads.com/free stuff. Last question, sir. Question 7. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't? And the answer in 35 seconds.
Well, what is the most important aspect of good business development? And for me, that answer is focus. So as if you're looking to improve your outbound sales, you need to be concentrating on the smallest viable audience for your business, because that makes it much easier to find the right people out of all the millions that you have available. And when you do contact them, they're more likely to respond favorably because you're a specialist in their world.
Perfect. Dave Holloway, thanks so much for your wisdom, insights, and your time.
Thanks, Tom. Cheers.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.